Hello, TFTV. We're here. This is the game everyone cares about. I am the all-time greatest mid correspondent, mid for life, mid player, mid caster, mid everything. And we're gonna watch the mid grand finals. I'm eepily. I'm joined with Beta on production if his PC is gonna live long enough, and the resident microwave brain himself, DuMmTm.
Yeah, I mean, eepily's greatest dream is to make mid-grand finals, and this is the compromise I was willing to give to him.
Yeah, it's easy. I've already started BMing my team, being like, I couldn't make grand finals with those cringes, so I'll do it myself.
Yeah, now here with me, which is definitely much better.
Oh, it's way better. Definitely how I want to spend my evenings, you know?
12 more people are going to spend the evening here at the very least as well, and it's going to be an exciting one. I think two teams I at least very much expected to make it into playoffs for sure. How far, I didn't know going into the season, but well deserved to get into grand finals for sure with their performances.
Yeah. So we've got ourselves, in case you can't read for any reason, we've got amm0m0d crew, aka the Russians, versus Global YETI, aka the Polish team. And they're both, unsurprisingly, pretty good. I think there's been some vague roster changes here and there, like the previous demo for the Russians, Disco Boy. I think he got banned. I don't know what he got banned for. Do you know, Dom?
No demos uploaded. If you don't know that somehow, and don't want to get banned randomly in YouTube, record your demos, because if admins say, hey, do you have a demo of your last game? And you say no, you will get killed in real life by Ayoshi, even though he's not an admin anymore.
Exactly.
He will just do it.
Will hunt you down.
Yeah.
And Permzilla.
So that happened to Disco Boy. It's quite sad, but it's not like he played last week anyway, as you might know, eepily. So, I mean, they're used to it by now, I think.
Yeah, it's true. And then, so they've got Alone in Hell as their demo. I guess he must be a merc because he was a sub on the roster, and then he left, and now he's come back for this game, so all good. I mean, he's a pretty reasonable demo anyway, as far as I'm aware, so not gonna have much of a problem. And then you were saying something about Wonder joining later in the season, so was he not always on the Polish team?
As far as I remember, he wasn't. He was on the second Polish team in the mid, where there was two, but one of them obviously made a lot more of an impact towards the tables at the top than the other one, so Wonder just abandoned ship by the end, because they couldn't make playoffs anymore anyway. And you gotta get the good medal, but turns out it's not just an easy roster ride, really quick gold medal or something. Has to actually earn that one right now. Second Solly standing this one out, and Wonder has to come in and help out the situation. So not both rosters in full force, but certainly still good players either way. And I mean, they've gotten this far despite all the odds. Global YETI with a few closer results than amm0m0d crew had along the way here, but amm0m0d crew still not unscathed in their results here either. Lost like a week, got into a golden cap, new game against them, map 1 was really close as well, so it's doable. Only Spain has been able to get maps of them so far. Poland got close once, that was the golden cap, but they have to get 2 in a row now.
Yeah, I dig it. I mean, I think it's kind of interesting the way that maps have turned out. As you can probably see on the screen, we are going to be starting off with Sunshine into Clearcut into Snakewater. The idea of ever letting Clearcut work against the Polish team seems crazy, because I feel like, against the Russians is kind of crazy, because the Russian teams love playing Clearcut in like any form, but then again, maybe the Polish team loves it as well. Like, I feel like Clearcut is going to be absolutely the map to watch. Like, that's going to be, it's either going to be like just all fight all the time, or it's going to be like really slow because they're so evenly matched, maybe.
Yeah, there's something like strangely beautiful about the fact that the Russians are good on the American map. In a very ironic sense, but here we are. Clicker's been their map so far. People have not been letting them have it throughout most of playoffs for what seems like good reason. Maybe a different demo man changes things up, but then again, Alona Hill still played with them before. So, I mean, he's going to be on the same wavelengths in most ways with them either way. But I guess in both directions, right? You fear the scouts, but you should fear them on both sides. Katka Scrimmers on the Polish side, Gibbswagon SMD on the other. These people will press W on you, and if you're not careful, you will not much stand a chance against that.
No. Yeah, I feel like, as much as everyone's going to joke about these being two mid teams, I mean, they're in the grand finals for a reason, and these are definitely not the average mid players, right? Like, these boys got some, they got some strength to themselves. They got some real confidence as well. They have a full season of just beating up middies behind their, I don't know, whatever they have. So they're like feeling, confident, happy. They're feeling like kings of the world because they've not been beaten down by the oppressive higher divisions. Anyway, I thought we were going to go live. We've not.
What?
And now
they're not sure about it. They're getting there.
All right. Here we go. It's going to be happening. This is ETF2L Season 40. This is our mid-grand finals. The only game that matters happening tonight, at least. This is amm0m0d crew versus Global YETI, starting off here on Sunshine. You see Sam is arriving pretty similar. Learning how actually going pretty weak. Disjointed from his team. No one's going to rush him too early. Going to get an arrow, keeping himself nice and healthy, so it's all good. Soldiers now going high inside the Polish team. Ooh, they're getting crushed right now. The scouts on the Russian. Second soldier does get through, gets a lot of damage, but ultimately no frag now. Soldiers on the Russian side does try and go forward. Nice, crispy little directs, but not actually going to be getting any frags of their own. Heals very, very far back on the side of the Russians. They got forced all the way back towards Kitchen. They got to keep on running right now. This wagon, ooh, just about going to be getting out. Keeping himself alive. Both medics will be living.
Alright, bad out alive is still a silver lining for amm0m0d crew, but didn't win the mid-fight. Global YETI takes charge at least a little bit for now. But with both meds alive, still would be a bit awkward to get into second. They're trying anyway. In fact, they're not wasting any time on this at all. Just busting right through. Not popping yet. Trying to keep super alive. Volio not doing a good job of staying alive himself. Will go down pretty quick. Everyone else taking the other way past the Spire here, but not without consequences. Can't come behind. Gets the kill and fall both in one fellow swoop. But they don't even have to run. They can just stay in and try to use very late. And in fact, maybe not even use at all in the end.
Ooh, that is such a big push right now. They got all the way through choke without using it at all, just purely off of these spawners. Now they still have Uber all the way towards last. They're moving basically all the way. Everyone's walking all the way towards point. We're seeing some huge damage come out. They still not had to use their Uber at any point. It's like taking the heavy down. Heavy's just getting skybox as well. No one's going to be spawning in time. That is Polish just nuking that round. That was insane.
Yeah, Poland didn't come here to mess around with. They want to win this game. They only just about made playoffs, despite being a really good team. They just about snuck in there on tiebreaker 7th, I believe. Tied with like 5 other teams, so it was a close call for them. A bit of a wake-up call maybe at the end that they had to just do a bit more here. But for playoffs, they've not been messing around. They had quick semis as well, I believe. 5-0, 5-3. amm0m0d crew suddenly the team to have to step up from first seed.
Yeah. Team which has been comfortable for so long. Oh, that's a nice little start to things. Pipes coming out, and Medic's already gone down. Polish team, you have to try and walk all the way in now, try and get aggressive, see if they can get any kind of frags forward. They're doing pretty well so far, trading it out just a little bit. Can't be getting aggressive. And the soldier as well, getting more and more damage right now. Ultimately, it is going to end up on a 2 versus 2. No heals up though. Dude alone in hell, hitting the damage. Oh, it's a little 1v1. Soldier versus soldier. No way Low gets out of this, surely. Okay.
He actually does. He was already way back through choke. Just a little skip jump back. He should be fine, but also very much so far out. He can't reconsider going back in on that without having to get past that last soldier, without getting heals first of all. Does that, jumps fire, spawns are coming, but gets some good damage. Volio has to do the same now, runs away very quickly there. Spawns will decide this is still the mid-fight. Round 2 now of the second mid-fight, and I don't know, positioning matters a lot, and Kidu just gets walked at by the scouts right away.
Yeah, they're still trading out frags every single way. The Russians, though, they're backing all the way towards the choke. They want to play this just a little bit slower. They're not really worried about fighting mid itself. Maybe they're aware they have the slight advantage. With the demo down, nah, they would have to be building super, super hard. I don't see it as being really enough. It's like 12%. Surely they don't go off this.
I mean, if one team in mid would do that, it is amm0m0d crew. They have been a team to very much play aggressive, just always keep the opponents guessing. I mean, Swimmer telling that, right? You're sitting on last against these guys, they will just do stuff at all times, and I don't think this will be much different, even if the stakes are higher for them. We'll see. Maybe they reconsider the options a little bit. For now, certainly taking a bit of time. Certainly don't go off the small ad, but I don't think that's gonna stop them from walking in at some point.
Possibly, you know, but at least we do get down for just a second. 4 minutes in, 1-0 up for the Polish team. They're going to be pretty happy, sending a soldier all the way behind. Actually, tries to jump all the way forward. Yeah, gets completely annihilated there. That was an optimistic little jump. Now, Russians, everything in their favor. Man advantage. Peeking a little bit towards Cafe here, but Soldier's in deep already. He's not really going to be getting much damage. Gets like 40 damage towards the medic. Now they're actually trading out frags again, though. So it is still, yeah, like it's no soldiers at all on the side of the Polish team. They want to keep on walking. Russia's just walking all the way. Girl has taken a lot of damage, so the entire Polish team is just going towards second. They're just going to try and out-cap them, but it's like ×7 on mid, and they've not even started the cap yet. Like, that block's not going to happen, guys.
Yeah, Low tried to just... Low didn't overvalue his own life, if anything. Had to just go in, block in any capacity, but people just had to match walk away from point and cap on cap the entire time. Now it's just
they're
the
just
race.
Gonna cap second. What, the soldier jumps onto second? Okay, he manages to get the force, fantastic. But the entire the entirety of the Russian team's just going all out. Like, that's the round. Amazing.
But sometimes you have to dream big, right? Why play like the meta does when you can also do this? And
of all
clearly.
the teams to win through like not getting any frags and getting a backup, I love that it's ammo mod crew, right? All that time in MG and then they just back out.
Yeah, there's sometimes lives can get you fast, and sometimes you're the one letting it happen to you as well. In the case of Global YETI, just doing themselves dirty with that decision. So late to go for the golden cap as well. Let's see if maybe the decisions on the mid fight are looking a little bit better. Certainly have been so far, but we'll see on mid fight number 3. Wonder trying to somehow get over the point, get some Q damage, but piped out pretty quicker with Kadu falling as well. This is a dire one now.
Yeah, that is a crunchy mid. Oh my days, they just got walked at. Yeah, that was absolutely huge from the soldiers on the side of amm0m0m0d crew. Just so much damage. They lived for so long as well. Like, they basically traded one player for 6 there. That was absolutely crushing. Now they've got man advantage, they've got health, they've got Uber, they've got basically anything they could possibly ask. Even taking the gun down, getting nice and aggressive, peeking those early angles. Always nice to see some good fundamentals here. They're ready to go towards top right. Alone in Hell calling right. Use it straight all the way in. He is going to get denied a little bit by this Pyro. They're going to be forcing these players back towards spawn. That's why I can start to try and play towards point, but does still have the Uber on him, so you have to be all about the frags. They've only managed to get 1, trade up 2 already, and no, this is Poland putting a line in the sand and saying, nope, no more you're going to get right now. It's just his one scout SMD. He's going to get taken down. Gel, sole survivor.
Yeah, and did you know SMD actually stands for every button he just pressed on his keyboard to try to survive, just air strafing all around them, living for a considerable amount of time on last. I don't think it's gonna matter much though. They're still getting second anyway. The spawns are not fast enough in the end. We'll cap this thing up, but that should be fine. Advantage still to Poland's hands as well. The sniper up, however, could certainly put a wrench in their plans. Haven't spotted it yet. Give us where I can see where they're coming from though. That could certainly be dangerous. Looks like the Cathy push it is.
Yep, gets these long angles. We do see Wonder going down. Traded out once again, as always. Still these pot shots coming out. They've not. Oh, okay, they do just might have to use, but Gel is really so close to getting taken down right now. Somehow managed to take 0 damage, but every other player's gone down. Kid who's on the chase, hitting these stickies and these pipes. Going to be easy now. SMD tries to come in from the backside. Ooh, gets that frag. Ignores Grimace entirely. Hits some crispy shots straight through there, so he's going to be equalizing things. They do, though. Have to just take a second. Get back towards mid, get these spawns. It is still going to be a tiny disadvantage the side of Global YETI, but not too much to worry about just yet. They need to get their heals forward. They need to deal with these Russians going all the way towards the choke point, but they can't fight too fast. They need to get this beam.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the Russians quick to fight this one right away. Have advantage too, want to keep that battle alive. Wonder with different ideas. Grimace comes in, cleans the kill up right now, but anyone in good positions, everyone stuck on low ground for the Poles. Really just a scuffed fight right now. Kadu hits the pipe though in the meantime while they're busy killing the medic. Not enough there to defend their own. People sneak past them, get that kill. Kirill still behind them, and Hell still alive as well. Fight it just does not stop right now. Soldier on one side, them on the other. Katka certainly surrounded, but gets the shots just in time. Soldier not enough loaded. It's a win for someone, I guess. I mean, the Pole's still on mid, but Jet has advantage just by dying sooner. It's somehow being a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, like... Oh, not even seeing where those stickies were, but that's really useful right now. Getting that early frag towards a scout once again. It's going to be all fighting all the time, straight towards this cafe direction. We do see Global YETI trying to keep walking through. Still an incredibly weak soldier on the side of amm0m0m0d crew. Does get the arrow, does jump in. Does look like they will be just taking more and more scrappy fights. Okay, right. Surely they can take a breather for just a second. Get this remaining little frag. Then amm0m0m0d crew can maybe, I don't know, like maybe a medic in this game could live for longer than like 15 seconds. Maybe.
There is not going to be a quiet moment in this game, I don't think. This is certainly the one short stalemate we had at the beginning after a mid-fight, at least as much as we're going to get at this trade. These teams just want to press W, and amm0m0m0d crew finding decent values to do it with match going down doesn't matter, as long as there's more people alive at the end. You can play that game. Poland already back, spawned up, they want to fight for mid yet again.
Yeah, always, all fight, all the time, okay. You see Gibbous getting the first frag in a fight. Okay, as always, going to get traded a little bit. Soldiers all the way in, gets a lot of damage towards his medic to be chasing him up as well. Surely he's going to get that frag, and in fact he does. Everything's good. Both medics once again in the spawn queue, because why not? It's a 2 versus 3. SMD is on the hunt. He's just walking all the way through choke, possibly overstaying his welcome as he eats a pipe to the face alongside his brother-in-arms alone in hell. Okay. Once again, feeding a little bit more, you know. Gibbous he was just being a good boy. He was just capping the point. He was happy. His team's now going to get some forwards. And who... Well, surely they don't just walk through choke now.
Are they so? I mean, one of them did, but all
they
the
got
rest
one
of them...
forwards. It was worth, you know.
All the rest of them back on last for now. That's the reconsidered options here right now. Certainly should have people up on second at least before everyone on Global Yeti could push into their second point, but they can't do anything about having them just keep mid-control at this current moment. At least they've had, in this messy fight, easy to lose track of that sometimes, especially in narratives, but I mean, these teams might just be already to the point where not slipping past them just now. We'll see, they don't look too ready for it just yet.
Slight and let's go!
They're moving, yeah.
Posturing? Pressuring? I don't know, something. Lonehell just... he jumps long before any Uber happens. Okay, Uber does come out 94% on the side of Global Yeti. Surely they're going to get this. Yep, Uber does get used basically immediately holding down that M2. Now it's going to be all about getting any frags they can get, which is so far a grand total of 1, because 2 are... No, I say 3 of the amm0m0d crew players are directly behind them. Yeah, more scrappy fights all the time. Soldiers are in. They're just being like, I see a medic in the server. I must try everything I can to kill them. And they're so far managing it. Gel actually managing to survive longer than their previous best of 23 seconds. It's only the pipes which could cause any real danger. But guess what? You eat the pipe and you surf away. It's fine.
I have no mad, but I must track is really what this game is revolving around right now. Someone dies and suddenly everyone's going in. Yet again, amm0m0d crew taking the end of it. Not by a lot once more, but maybe by just enough here. 50% add, just about. A little bit more than that even. Should be getting them places at this point. Certainly should be getting them out of mid at any rate. Already having 85. This is just a matter of how they're going to do it, not if. And looks like they're not being too solid about it either. Just walking in from Cafe slowly but surely, starting to take some space, but only once they have the 100, they actually want to be confident about this, go forward with the vet involved as well, and see what this can maybe bring. Wonder half quit into a bomb, but just lands right in front of the scouts. Will not be the force they've been looking for, and it's back last for the blue team.
Oh, we're going, boys. We're going all the way through left-hand side. Demo on the front side of point. They're going to go all the way 85% right now on peak. It's not going to be happening. Does manage to get into spawn, though. And actually, they're kind of hitting nothing with this Uber. That's 0 frag. They've got a bit of position, I guess. Just run straight for the point. No, that's not going to work. They do at least force the Uber out. But that was, I dare say, quite a cringe Uber.
Well, it happens to the best of them and also to mid players, and here we are alone in hell. The last one standing for his team, alone on second right now, and back to slowly goes with the rest of the team. No longer alone, but not successful either way. Can do guys, I guess that's a bright side here. Certainly enough to throw away another life, see if it somehow gets the vet. Not gonna happen this time around. Kira taken down pretty quick. Gel just has to sit back with the rest of the team and see if this works out. It's not a lot of advantage for the Poles, and there's still a sniper defending the point. That could be threatening, but looks like they spotted that. It's picked. Runs past it twice and doesn't get punished. Sometimes you just got it like that.
And then, I mean, it's kind of even worse because then Wonder jumps into choke being like, oh god, I'll deal with the sniper, and then just basically dies. So now, I mean, yeah, Polish team's managed to get control of mid, fantastic, but now they're going to lose their demo. They're going to immediately lose control of the point, and oh, they've just all died. Oh.
Yeah, losing a lot of things, and that might include a round any moment, because at this point, nothing's left standing. One more last-ditch effort coming through. It gets the force, that is really good. I mean, the push with DuMmTm already was bad enough. How is it going to look like without one? In any case, I mean, amm0m0d will have to try one way or another.
There's a scout still behind. He is taking the 1v1 on point against Gibbous. He is delaying them at least, which is not particularly good, because they are getting spawn camp, so it's actually for the best that he lost that 1v1 to your boy Gibbous. That was smart. Tactical loss.
Yeah. Granted, I don't think it's gonna matter. Katka will spawn anyway. SMD can peek into last, maybe. I mean, hey, what is 10% of that when you can have kill? That's not dramatic, but it's a good one either way. Wonder down right away. Might make this just a little bit easier, only having to deal with 5 people on this push. Still a sniper last push. SMD will have to hit another one pretty quick for it to be worth it in the end, but it might just put people into awkward spots that might just help, make the medic predictable. Or
Not
yourself.
gonna happen. There, see, that is the sniper v sniper and the demo v demo. And guess what? Poland came out on top on both of those. So pretty happy. They're about to be getting their Uber as well. 2-man advantage. Actually walking through without even getting their Uber. Just only now that they have it. They have no interest in using it. They can at all avoid it. But guess what? Turns out they can't at all. Does mean that they managed to get a frag. It is considerably better for the Russians. It is. Wagon solo right now. He's getting just thrown all over the shop, and he just has basically no damage to really be dealing or to follow up with or anything like that. So it's not going to happen now. Our mod crew, they're actually players down. They just about have a very, very shaky hold towards second. They do still have SMD on Sniper, who is completely oblivious to the scout just walking up to him. So that's basically a feed alone in hell. He's like, guess what? I'm going to join the spawn queue as well. This is like fun. Little bit of a trouble.
If everyone else is there, it must be cool, right? That's one of the cool kids I had. For now! Anyway, that means 2-player ad on the side of Global YETI for the time being. That should open up some avenues to get into mid with rather easily. No sniper, no demo man. Who's gonna really contest you, right? You can't really afford to throw more bodies away, even if you would like to throw in the soldier force. So, Gamer 4 just leaving very quickly. He gets forward spawn still, but is that gonna be enough? The Uber's up on both teams, and they're trying to play with that in mind very much. Wonder looking for a force, not gonna happen. Will Crater on the way back out, long way around. Low might actually get caught as well. Doesn't hit the jump back out on the initial jump, but seems to be fine. Can't get there to cover his exit as well. SMD on the other side. Neither scout letting this roamer go to waste just yet.
You see, before we give this wagon, he's just like, you know what? I'm just going to slip through. Go on the back line, see if I can have some fun towards the opposing team's valley. I mean, maybe he can. Maybe he'll just be slightly annoying. Maybe the Polish team just won't actually care because they're going to walk straight into Alone in Hell, take about 1 billion damage. No one using the Uber just yet, but just I say that. Oh, this is a stick Uber. Okay, Amod Drew. Yeah, they're looking in a pretty tidy position right now. Makes is going to get one shot, basically dying immediately. There is a back cap going on. Poland with both of their soldiers, both incredibly weak, and Alone in Hell actually just kills himself, basically. Oh,
I mean, he tried his bag, but he was like airshot free-fired around the corner into choke and just didn't stand a chance. Unfortunately, both soldiers weak, and they didn't do the arguably smart thing of letting one finish the cat while the other one already goes last. So both of them will just go down here in the end. It does help, given how the fight elsewhere went for them, at least a little bit. But bottom line is mid will still go to amm0m0d, and Uber advantage is still theirs as well. They can just wait a tiny bit more time getting there, but this push will still go forward onto second at any moment now.
It is still, you know, when we say Uber advantage, we are still talking about a, like, well, they built up to about a 24% advantage, which, I mean, for these teams is huge. For any regular teams, it would be like, oh, are we 100% certain we want to go with this? Surely they will, though. I say that, they're showing moderation, or they're just slow. They are actually quite slow. They are moving towards Valley. They've already let Polish team get 90%. They are dealing some good damage, though. They actually might once again go to walking completely for free. The soldiers managed to get all the way towards peak right now. Your boy's living on like 5 HP, just about gets his Uber, does use it as well, so it is getting traded out. So many players towards the lower left, and Alone in Hell is going to be losing his life. Everyone's taking more scrappy fights. 3 versus 3. There's just scouts all over the shop. But Cadu's is dealing with that firmly with the old types because he hits everything because the Iron Bomb is not a real gun.
I don't know if that will ever be on like a shot that Beta has, but if it does, I just want to acknowledge that Cadu is this good while he's being extremely laggy. It's honestly amazing that he can even play the game at all, considering the circumstances.
Shout out to laggy boys, you know. Shout out to all the laggy boys across the world. Oh my god, more and more players are just feeding in. They're doing everything they can to get onto this Polish medic. So far, they've not managed to, living on 23 HP. Absolutely fine. And now, any opportunity that amm0m0d crew had of like holding second is just like, it's not going to happen. And surely this is ad enough for Global YETI just to go straight to last. Why not?
It's surprising this round is still going. amm0m0d crew had like advantage on mid like 3 million times this round. And somehow we're finding our way back on their own last. Building the gun already. Gotta be quick on that one. Uber's already fully there for pick and gang. Spraying up from lower. It seems like seeing when they actually will have to use on this one. And the Devil Man just in front of them, ready for the taking. They don't have to use until after the first kill's already been gotten.
Yep, no stickies towards point as well, so it's just going to make it so easy. Scout can start playing it if he can stop fragging for 2 seconds. But you know what? They're going to be like, actually, let's only frag. Only frag. Okay, all good. This is Global YETI, 2-1 up now. This is 10 minutes 30 left on the clock. Finally seeing just, you know, a little bit of momentum, a little bit of things going their way. Although I'm going to kind of put that down to amm0m0m0d just feeding like 5 players in a row for that one medic.
I mean, you only need to be better than your opponent, right? That's really how the game works. You don't need to be the best, just you need to be better. And certainly they made a better job staying alive this time, but they need to do a better job of that for the next 10 minutes. So still plenty of time left to go around for them to make some mistakes.
Yeah, new mid once again, and this is already a fantastic start. That can be both Russian soldiers. Oh my god, this is crushing once again. Everyone tries to feed in for pick, but it's just not going to happen. The boy's getting protected way too well. Now, it's Gel getting out all by himself, but not healing. Basically, I don't know, I was going to say it's going to be maybe just enough of an advantage for the Polish side, but they actually weren't healing as well. They do have more players if they want to start peeking towards last, at least pressure, maybe get some kind of sack in. They do want to get aggressive towards the left-hand side. They have taken quite a lot of damage, and they've already lost a soldier, and they have had to use their own Uber. Gel is...
Get it! Under-spawned or Gel, Wonder jumps deep, finds the kill. The rest of the fight not going so well. They had to focus the mat, they couldn't focus the heavy, and that's where it all falls apart in the end.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say that was like really questionable to be outside the spawn really at all, but I mean, it's just about working. We do see Low, the spawner, actually doing a lot of work there to keep that scout away from the rest of his heals. Now we do see amm0m0m0d crew actually being pretty slow. I thought they were potentially going to stay on last, but are they going to possibly consider just a really, really late dry push? Nah. No, that would be silly.
Surely not. They must realize that Matt got out pick survived, and that's going to be still advantage to the Poles in the end. They got out of it once, but they have to get out of it twice now, the same predicament. Actually, a worse predicament this time around. Getting the Matt kill might not have been the one to win the round initially, but it might be the kill they needed to win the round eventually. With the small ad they still have. They're building away as much as they can, both on the Sentry Gun and the Uber on the Russian side. You need a defense up as soon as you can. You need a response to the Uber you know will be coming any moment.
Yeah. Gel's already on 93%. Gun does go down. Uber comes all the way in. Medic is still playing very, very close, but holds it down. Does manage to use the Uber. They do lose their demo. Thankfully, we do see Soldier here getting so many frags. Yeah, this is a fantastic hold right now. And SMD going a little bit overly aggressive. Wanted to keep chasing. Peak was so weak, but ultimately that frag's not going to be coming in. Scrappy once again. This is going to be ever so tiniest little advantage here for the side of Global Yeti. Russians do seem to want to try and go here. It's going to be very, very different in terms of spawners. They're going to be losing their demo basically immediately, and this is really not a position where they want to hard commit. Soldier jumps in. He manages to get the health back, but that's basically just a feed now. Surely we're just going to see a dry push here. Global Yeti can just walk all the way in, even get their Uber while they're fighting last. No demo, no soldier. They've already dealt with the gun. They can just keep on bullying their way all the way through. 95%. Medic having to play towards spawn this time. Doesn't have a choice whatever. Uber does get used. Yep, they're going to be crushing these players once again. Alone in hell. Just spending no time alive at all in the last minute. And that's going to be just perfectly played.
Yeah, just completely put them at the pincer. Push come in left side, right side flank. In at the perfect time. Everyone turns to the Uber. Everyone has to run. The flank can just come in completely unnoticed. Clean up the damage that DuMmTm did with the Uber and clean up house. Get the round 3-1 lead for Global Yeti on what we have to very much presume is their map pick. Certainly the one you want to win, but I mean, if you want to just win the easy way, you got to win your opponent's map pick sometimes as well. And amm0m0m0d crew having a tough time getting there, but we have seen some comebacks this mid-season. So I mean, this would not be impossible.
Here we go. New mid, new me. Soldier. Ooh, Wonder goes in so deep, trying to deal with the demo. Soldier. Buddy. Low does manage to pick him up in the end. You see so much damage. Great surfeit from Pick. Actually managing to keep himself alive and managed to get his team that pick. That's going to be all important. We do see amm0m0m0d crew taking position towards point, actually getting that cap, and then, yeah, 2-3 more frags. Now this is actually going to be a little bit scary. Well, this late fight was possibly going to go well, but surely they're not going to get out. Dude, these surfs!
Huge by Pick to get out of this one here. Scout's trying to get there, but the man just runs at scout speed for the rest of that, and you can't catch up with that at all. You're not faster than him. And that should be that. They're getting a good mid-win. That is still worth quite a lot at only 6 minutes left. But is it enough at this rate? This has to be looking incredibly good into last now.
Yeah, you do see all the spawners come out on the side of Global Yeti, so they can start having their default little hold up. Any tiny window for the Russians to start peeking and prodding is effectively getting shut down right now, and you can see, yeah, Global Yetis, they can be getting their gun up, they can be getting the sniper. Uber does come in from the Russians. We do see Alone in Hell gets sent to the skybox. Nice little flash actually from Jelka, keeping him alive. Dumb how both of the Polish soldiers managed to go down. There need to be frags out here. On the side of Global Yeti, they need to be getting more and more of these players towards the point, but they're just getting not even like in the fight. That's... What a weird push.
I mean, hey, if it works, right? We've seen a very successful backup attempt before. You don't have to play with what is normal. You just have to make it work, and this time around, Unconventional will do it, in fact. Didn't find a way around it. And Global Yeti on the edge again, 1 round differential. With only 5 minutes left, this is still anyone's game.
Yeah, absolutely. You do see... Oh my god, it's going to be a high round kind of game. Oh my god, Soldier's going to get absolutely nuked. He effectively just doesn't even have a mid at all. Wonder now is going to be trying to walk in, does a lot of damage. This is definitely positioning health, players, everything looking good now for Global Yeti. And so quick getting those frags. SMD is going to be keeping himself alive, making himself annoying to at least make it difficult for Kartka to try and solo cap right now.
Such a late death for the medic too, Gel, trying to dodge
awful.
that Solly as long as possible, but despite the cute little skip jump there, back to the high ground, it's not going to be enough. Just follows him through, gets that kill pretty quickly, made the smart choice of reloading every rocket before even starting to fire any single ones for the med to surf away with.
Yeah, very important fundamentals there, and now this is going to be basically perfect. 4 minutes left to go. If Global Yeti get another round, that should basically be GG. I love... they've got Uber Ad, they've got a sniper as well. Presumably they're still going to push here, right? They really don't look like they're going to push. They look like they're playing clock right now, Dum.
Maybe it's a winning strategy if you can just make it happen, but I mean, being 2 rounds up right now going to the next mid-fight more or less just confirms it as well, so... To each down, I guess. Certainly would be an awkward ending to a game like this, to go down by just playing the clock, but I mean, they earned themselves the right to do it at this point.
Yeah, you know, if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. That's a thing that I heard once. Okay, we do see players trading out on lower right. Lone Hell does try and walk in. Very nearly loses his own life and does actually in the end. We do see just about managing to get out. Didn't even have Uber that entire time. Doesn't look like he's going to have it much longer. As Carter's just going to be walking all the way in. Gets the sniper as well. Yeah, they're not looking too good. And we do see Global Yeti now moving all the way towards left-hand side. Gun is close. A lot of damage being dealt by the soldier. Uber is being used considerably earlier. Russians should be pretty happy once they do have to use, but they've already lost a player, and they're not getting anything with it!
They use so late, but also so far away from anyone. They just let them run half the way out back.
Poland's already on point! They walk to right, the headshot comes out, they're getting so much cap time! All of these players being forced down. They're just gonna cap it out from underneath them. Oh,
I honestly, I think Scrimmage is on the short stop, but like, just invisibly. He just walks at the Devilman on point, doesn't shoot him because he was running out of ammo on the way there, just keeps walking at the guy, and somehow he pushes him off the point. I don't know how he does it, but he just unlocked the ability to push with the scatter gun, and honestly, that's scary as hell.
Alright, 2 minutes, 15 seconds or something. Technically, if the Russians play perfectly, it's possible for them to go to Golden Cap. So it's time to play perfectly. Soldier goes all the way in, gets 2 rockets. Guess what? His friend follows him up. Pick is going to be going down now. They will have the Uber advantage. They already got to start playing towards this point. Frag after frag after frag. Okay. This is a good start. This is doable. Scrimmage is going to be getting out all the way. We do see Demo going all the way towards Shutter. He does manage to get a frag. Does he get fragged himself? Not quite. Lives on 67. That's okay. It's fine. The only thing they care about right now is getting the Uber, getting the cap. And they've basically got to go forward with 5. They can't wait for the soldier. They need to be like, in now. Go. In.
Wonder Spy.
Wonder Spy is getting the decloak. Oh, he does
Close one.
Hey, he got insta-crushed. Now Uber's going to be coming all the way in. Gun is going to be going down. Gibbons back and already playing towards the point. Getting a lot of cap time. A huge amount of cap time now. All these Polish players playing towards the point. They are getting all the frags, though. We do see Gel trying his very, very best. There's so much damage being done.
The tripper. Someone played the like old, like not CS:GO, Call of Duty clip. Oh baby, a triple. Just gets them all in one fellow swoop. And maybe there's a fighting chance. I mean, rounds as fast are possible.
Seconds.
I don't want to say likely, but humanly this has been done before.
Dumb. It's basically a sure thing. You don't win a round like that and then not win another.
You just gotta be tasked now. This is all that is good, right?
It's just gonna be perfect. So Russia needs to already be on the point, which they're doing. Your boy Gibbons Wagon, smart lad. SMD accidentally capping a little bit. They need to be playing all the way towards this point. Gel getting a frag of his own, as all these soldiers are gonna be going super, super deep. But guess what? We don't really care. Gel goes down late to a stick. Whatever. whatever, Pick's gonna be living. The second they get this Uber, it's basically done for. But what if he drops, Dum? What if he drops?
What if they click the kill point, you know? You can't be sure of these people.
Everyone kill bind. Scouts need to go last. You need to go last right now. 13 seconds left on the clock. I'm gonna need the entirety of Global Yeti to kill bind right now for the Russian stand. Any chance Uber's been used? That's not a legal move. Alright. Global Yeti will be winning.
Hello, admins. Our opponents just went invincible. This is not okay.
Just about winning.
Someone get Kalis in here right now.
Swear to God, I don't know, man. You give that another, like, minute or so, that would have been very scary.
You give that a match surviving, and maybe it would be happening.
Possibly. Possibly. Good God. Dude, and this was Sunshine, right? Imagine what clear cut's gonna be.
Well, I can expect a lot of medics dying, I think.
Yes.
That's kind of a given, I believe. These soldier bombs will be rough on the point fights. All over Clickard. Yeah,
right.
that was a map, alright. Poland banked right on Sunshine today. Certainly an interesting choice, because that one was clearly not bad on the lever, but I mean, it just wasn't enough. Like we said, you just got to be better, and Global Yeti just about running away. If it is good enough to claim map 1, and as it goes, best of 3, they're already halfway there.
I've snuck a peek at some numbers, Dum, if you don't mind. I got some numbers. I know how much you love numbers. It's your favorite thing. Scrimus, Scout on the side of Global Yeti. 40 for 10. Scout class. Those are disgusting numbers.
You understand now why every week people accuse him of cheating, right?
That
all makes sense now?
Those are... Yeah. No, yeah. Let's
not forget that even Cardcard killed more people than anyone single-handedly did on the other team as well, though.
That is true. That's crazy. How do I... Oh, yeah, show kill streaks. Yeah, dude, Scribbers had an 8 kill streak. 18 minutes in. Your boy's just running around just like playing his own game. Imagine. That's disgusting. He was just...
How does it feel like admins thinking you're just as worthy of being in the same division as these guys?
What are you talking about? Actually, no, I never played... I don't think I ever played them. Not in an official.
I can fact check that
I'm
real
insane.
quickly.
Dumb, okay? I'm just also bad, right? Deal with it.
You're insanely bad, yes.
I can be both. I have that power. Move on.
Oh boy, what a game. I mean, so much happening, right? There was like 1.5 real stalemates the entire time, one very early, one very late. I mean, man, you just gotta be on your game at all times. These teams didn't give each other. I mean, at the middle part, right, when it was still 1-1, it was just mid-traded fourth. So much between these two teams, and any mistake could just make this road instantly into last. And eventually it did, of course, but they towed the line there for a long, long time to get there.
I honestly, more than anything, I love the no respect plays where you're just like, it is equal Uber. What if we just walk into you though? Like that push onto last where it was equal Uber, and then Alone in Hell just jumps in with the Uber, and like they somehow get the force, kind of live with most of their guys, and then crush on the repush and then cap somehow. I don't know. Like, that's not in anyone's strat books, because that shouldn't be technically possible.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just proving grounds, really, right? amm0m0d crew all season just figured, yeah, we're the best team. We're going to win this all. On the Polish side, obviously, they were, I think, at all times very confident about making playoffs. There was no doubt for them about that, because they also signed up for the 2. They didn't want to be in mid again. They got third last time. Slight roster change, but nothing crazy, so they figured they got that in the bag. But turns out, nope, too many Div 2 teams. Turns out, Ali's team of boomers more important than them. And as it turns out, I mean, it's going better than last time, but they haven't won quite yet.
Didn't like 2 or 3 Div 2 teams fold as well?
I think unsurprisingly little compared to normally.
Oh. I know at least one did, and therefore they could have
won
in Div 2. So
the
we can blame the admins.
Reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. So,
and then,
there's 2 spots.
What was that? Oh, ironically enough, the admin team also did.
Oh yeah! Dude, yeah, see, the admin team puts themselves in Div 2 and then they fold. Interesting.
2 officials, loses the next one to offside and immediately dies.
It's fine. I don't need to play no more seasons. They can ban me for speaking the truth. This admin bias right now.
And then the other Brits like played week 1 with a Prem player and then decided, no, well, whatever. That didn't happen.
Can't believe it.
Granted, they
Cannot
died
believe it.
a month later, so that doesn't really like relate much. But let's
Shut up,
pretend it
dumb.
does.
It's all about the storylines. Okay?
Yeah, it's all for the
I don't
narrative.
care about the facts.
Well, in fact, tell me only one thing right now. It's amm0m0m0d goes into their own map pick with a lot less confidence maybe than they anticipated. They could lose this one, and it's just immediately over.
I don't know. Do you think they really will be that shook? I imagine anyone who plays that much MG is just numb to like stress or. Actually, no, I take it back, because a lot of MG players, they're not stressed as long as they're like shooting things, but then the second like someone is gonna steal their numbers, they get very stressed out and started chatting a lot of foam.
You never know. I mean, I've brought this like up every single time I watch amm0m0m0d this season on my own channel. If there's one team where I expect the dumbest things to happen during playoffs, it is amm0m0m0d. I've seen it in the playoffs before. They lost map 1 and instantly died in the second map after the first lost mid fight. So you never know. Nerfs could be a thing. I guess player overlap doesn't really exist anymore, especially with Disco Boy currently not being here. But I mean, if his spirit is still there, then that could very much still happen. So you can't take these things for granted.
Fair. While we're waiting for them to get happy to ready up here on ClearCut, Dom, what's your opinions on ClearCut this season?
I liked it a decent bit more than I anticipated. The initial few games I've seen in like preseason games and all that didn't really convince me. A little bit more so now. It does feel a little bit samey with the solid bombs. I guess product isn't much better in that regard, but at least feels like it a little bit on this map. Sure, the solid bombs are like really impactful and all that, but it usually just tends to be go behind right side, come back the other one as everyone pushes. Really, just one play you have as a soldier. It's nice to get a break from sniper. I've seen like 2 snipers all season on this map, so that's nice. Overall, it's fine. It's been a while since I've seen like even somewhat serious Bagel games, so it's hard to say if I like it definitively more than Bagel, but I might. It's tough to say how much more or not I like it in product, though, to be honest.
To me,
and that's just
right,
from the viewing perspective. You actually played the map.
To me, I mean, it should have absolutely been a product and ClearCut in the same season kind of season. The fact that it wasn't is a travesty.
Yeah, so it's
no one wants
abolished.
Metalworks. Metalworks boring.
Oh, Metalworks, whatever. I'm fine with you.
I don't want to reckon it, but Metalworks is just doorways, and I hate doorways.
Oh, so you're in Big Francis pockets. I see how this.
Well, yeah, why not? Why not? Personally, I think I think ClearCut is not too bad. Playing it from the demo perspective, it's pretty reasonable. But my team hated it, so it was very sad.
Well, that's why you have. Because you're playing with nerds, you know. Can't have that. Nerds and British people.
That's true.
I will just say there's no Brits in this game, and they made finals.
That is true.
Correlation? I think you tell me.
I think it's pretty best that. Well, there's a lot of Brits in Prem Grand Finals, though, isn't there?
Well, that's like an accident that happens, right? We can't have it all.
Fair. Oh my god. Okay, can these teams ready up? Because
yes. All right. Well,
amm0m0m0d
pick most likely, but I fact checked that one really quick just now. Well, Global YETI didn't lose either of their games on this map. In fact, they didn't drop a round against 4th seed, the Germans, I believe, and Projectile EXE before they were falling apart and became a shell of their former selves.
Beautiful. This is still mid-grand finals. This is second map when we saw Polish team Global YETI just about eke out map 1. Now we're going to see how they can own things on your boy ClearCut. Already getting fragged, getting players towards point. Global YETI can be very, very happy right now. Looking very healthy as well. There's so little health on the entire side of amm0m0m0d crew. They are going to be healing up a little bit, but does mean they're going to be backing up. First cap of the game does go to Global YETI. Does mean Wonder can be a little while getting to them, so technically a 5 vs 6 for a while. Oh, it's going to get forced all the way towards top left-hand side. He is, actually getting that frag before second soldier comes in deep. Does look like he'll get cleaned up. Uber has been used, though. This is now looking much better for the side of the Russians. Uber is going to be looking very good for them. Alone in Hell is very much alone alongside his medic, so they can't really even chase, but have to get mid for a second. The one is nuking!
Gets airshot and it just does not matter. Already hit the perfect rocket on the point. 2 for the price of 1. And there's the rest of the team just cleaning up after he just presented the team on the silver platter. Nothing left standing. The scouts run away. Very disgruntled, I would imagine. Give this point up right away. And Global YETI's timer continues to tick down with a good advantage in their hands.
Yeah, this is the kind of Koth moment where you are very happy about life. You're so close to your own Uber, you have control of point, and that time is just going to keep on ticking down. Russians know they don't have much of a window here to go before this Uber does come into play. Gel is playing very close considering Pig does have his own Uber. They can just look to go all the way through this house if they want to. Can't let them cap. Uber does get used, moving all the way forward. Wonders to be jumping nice indeed. Good damage being dealt to all of these players. They should get absolutely crushed, surely. Surely, but somehow Gel does just about manage to surf all the way out. Not healing as well. Not fantastic, but living is all they could possibly ask for in what was a very scary situation.
Yeah, I don't know if they would just yet. Uber used obviously is exactly what amm0m0d wants. Still have to solve for some time to actually get their own at this rate. That's a bit awkward right now. Need to be careful not to make any big mistakes, but can already start approaching point. And YETI just kind of has to start respecting it. If the medic doesn't have a sideline, doesn't matter if you just skull equipped. You can't see the medic. You're not gonna know how much of it this is exactly. You just gotta, you know, trust your own counting like the good old days, and I'm sure they still do that anyway. Just to make sure, confirm that this is in fact advantage that you have to fear. Skip this somewhat quite early. We'll just make sure Pig gets this on at some point during all of this, but obviously want to stay active even before that, want to see if they can force this out quick, but some people are overstepping the boundaries a bit.
Yeah, nice little pipe there from Alone in Hell, getting the 1 weak player in the entirety of the photo side, so that's all good. Does look like Ubers are going to just like equalize. SMD is actually really aggressive. He should be able to just walk all the way in, get this force. Yeah, this is really good right now for the Russians. Managed to get this force, and SMD is actually managing to stay all the way alive towards main, dragging like the entire Uber's been used. And now give us back and it's like, guess what, boys? I'm invulnerable. I'm going all the way in, and I'm chasing deep all the way towards spawn. And actually get taken down literally from the spawn door. Oh, that's very sad. You see more and more frags out as opposed to him tries to just get any redemption here at all. Get a lot of frags, and it's actually kind of crazy how just from doing that, their faster spawners is going to lead them in a really good position to fight here. Yeah, they've lost a little bit more time, but Ubers are going to be basically the same. They have way more players. They should just be able to free take this.
Yeah, there should be a quick one here. That's also really good because all this fighting with amm0m0d on point brought them really just in the lead on the timer, not by much, but a little bit ahead. It's still nice at the end of the day here. Someone dying in the midst of fighting for the point as well. Wonder going down at the end of that as well. Scout fully down. Just opens the floodgate tremendously. Lost his cap, but not for long. amm0m0d right back on it. It's like nothing ever happened. And they still have that. Not much at all, but again, just having an Uber at all on the point is always really good. If this fight takes any time at all, while you sit there with an exchange on your hands, it's just more time wasted for you winning the game.
Yep. Wasting time is literally the dream on Koth. This is how the game mode works. You can see Pick just by getting an Uber now, going to be happy, walking all the way up to point now. They want to start tickling this cap just a little bit. They know where these Russians are playing, getting some good damage now. Soldiers do trade out for each other. They're getting so close to capping. Only now do the Russians move towards point. Uber does get used the polar side much earlier. They have managed to get some frags off this, so that is looking a good bit better. Once again, it's going to be Alone in Hell basically getting soloed. You have to back up towards point. You see Kaki basically just kind of solo capping. Oh, the stickies! Oh my god, Alone in Hell's just nuked again!
What? Life turns around quick once again. Global YETI looked so promising with that, but just gets baited perfectly by the man himself. Alone in Hell just turns this round and might just win him the round at this point. Sure, Global YETI on the last minute, but only 30 seconds for amm0m0d before round 1 is over.
Yeah, this is looking very good, but at the same time, at least with no Ubers in play, Global YETI can basically just walk in. This is like their big all-or-nothing fight right now. If they can get any kind of pick, they can maybe slow it down a little bit, but right now it's all about getting these early frags. Wonder, let's get a deep bomb, get into a decent position. He's so weak. Low's already gone down as well. Kafka, yeah, they're all getting cleaned up towards point right now. Everything is looking good for amm0m0d crew. It's all about preventing them from getting any cap time at all. Once again, these kind of armor pipes, everything is hitting right now. That's going to be first round. Oh, it took them a while to get into things, but once they got on their stride, amm0m0d crew was definitely looking strong.
Yeah, Global YETI with some promising stuff though. The start was really nice for them. We got the first half of the timer just knocked out in basically 1-5-0 more or less. So no reason for amm0m0d to get too ahead of themselves at this rate. Certainly though, just gotta keep the energy up they had at the end and just hit all these like they have at the end there as well. And this might be their map sort of taking already. Let's see how it goes with fight number 2. Just a spam exchange. Alone in Hell pretty weak. Gotta be careful on that.
Yeah, it's going to be just a little bit slower. Low kind of just jumps in and feeds, I'll be honest with you there. That's not really the play you want to open things up, and now our mod crew is like, okay, I guess we'll start trying to walk forward, and all of Global Yeti, short of Kiddo, is just going to be going all the way back, and yet somehow the soldier gets onto their medic.
Yeah, just showed himself around the corner for a second too long, didn't want to go back into the soldier they know was behind, but turns out there was another one on this way as well, just from the other direction. And it turns back around all that fast, looking for the bomb there, not finding it, one that just piped over the house, couldn't land on the medic. Goes down pretty quick, and I mean, you just have to keep trying, right? You only 5 up, but I'm missing a scout, I guess. Gotta look on the bright side here. Maybe a better chance to still sneak through anyway.
Yeah, interesting. Like, I mean, at all times right now, they're looking pretty happy. Once again, the soldier's going to be walking all the way in, tries to get on the pick, but I mean, that kind of is just a little bit over the top, right? Didn't really need to go for that. Apparently, they had fantastic control of the point anyway, so I mean, I guess kind of no real harm done. We'll be spawning in time. Uber is still in their hands, but definitely not always showing the greatest level of restraint. Still fighting. Losing the soldier there is really unfortunate timing. Like 16-second respawn, and the Ubers have now equalized. This is a big window for Global Yeti to try and get back into this off a tasty little trade.
Let's see. Gibbswagen dropped on this as well, and suddenly this is starting to really dire. Medic still forward, doesn't want to give up spaces or doesn't want to give up point, most importantly, so they will pop to block this thing. As long as they can force and live, this should be fine. Everyone's getting involved. Volio does find Scrimmers at least, but the rest of them really, really weak. Soldier trying to just get away from there as quickly as they can. Volio really weak, just hiding for his dear life, but I think people will find him eventually. Not going to go off just too successful. Still, I mean, you lost point, you have to faster spawn. Somehow, despite dying this late, gets about the same spawn width as Scrimmers does, so could be a lot worse in that regard. See how it works out for them. For now, Yeti on the point will dictate the pace a little bit more the first time this round. amm0m0d crew did get about half the timer. That's a good start. Gotta find a good finishing touch at this point, though. And they're starting quickly, just going back to point right away, trying to force people to engage with them immediately.
Yeah, things are looking pretty good for them now. The second I said that they do lose their own medic, every other frag goes their way, though. And now we see Soldier going so deep all the way towards Gel, who does manage to live just about managing to dodge. Fantastic movement there. Is going to be keeping him nice and alive, keeping this Uber advantage. Everything's looking good there. Don't have control of the point just yet, but they can take a second, 95%. They have to be playing towards the rest of their players. Keep these heals on pumping out, otherwise no point in keeping your medic alive. Global Yeti trying to fight fast. Alone in Hell is just all the way in. He actually just gets like Minecrafted down because he's just needlessly far forward. They do still get control of point. They do still have this Uber advantage. It is a little bit shakier not having a demo, but I don't know. They kind of just want to fight forever anyway.
Alright, Poland off the point once again. amm0m0d timer ticking dangerously low at this rate. In quick, they don't want to waste much time getting in, but still down both of their soldiers. It's going to be very dangerous to just see if people can sneak up on them from the flank here if they're not careful. Certainly people who are looking for the options, but the Yeti doesn't overcommit in the end until they have people alive. Just want to be quick about it at the end of the day. See how that one goes. So just committing early once again. Not going out so well for Wonder though. Just Knight of the Skies there. Very quickly. Second bomb in right away by cr3w, and that's a quick force actually.
Yeah, it is. It is going to be a considerably. That's like a 70% better Uber right now for Gel. They already get that one frag. Yep, Pick's going down as well. Guess what? No other frags actually matter whatsoever. As long as they can keep Gel alive, this will just be everything that they need. After this round is very, very best. But guess what? Iron Bomber pipes still exist, and they're still broken. And that's going to be basically everything for that fight. Wonder, for once, is going to be like, you know what? I'm not just jumping in. I need to wait for the rest of my team because we're in a similar position where this is basically like the GG push now for the Polish side. That's a good catch. If Wonder had got it, but somehow Alone in Hell lives on like single-digit HP. And now this is going to make it even harder for them. Gibbswagen is aggressive, doesn't actually get caught out at all. He's actually all the way towards this medic. This is just kind of, I don't know, they're kind of running circles around the whole of Global Yeti. They have zero cap time pretty much. They managed to get their first frag, 85% now on Gel. This is a little bit of a mode where they should probably chill on the Russian side. They can let them get capped. They don't need to hard commit. They are going to be using this Uber. It's a solo on Alone in Hell. This is surely he gets nothing. Sure.
They want to win right now on the spot, and risky decision to make, because if the medic gets caught, this is really, really bad for them, but looks like they're just about gets out in time. People on the Polish team didn't dare chase too deep. If they die for this one too, they're just gone for so long if they get the cap, and they have to get it at some point sooner or later if they want to have any chance on winning. So still stuck in a rough spot, but at least it's continuing to be a chance. for them on Global YETI, but there is the repush immediately getting loaded, just running over the roof like it's no one's business. Onto point it goes, and Poland has to fight this, and it's not a pretty fight to take. They're doing a decent enough job, but is decent good enough at this rate? For now, I don't know. Both soldiers down is just making the Blacks so much damage, and the cap time just continuously forcing them to engage with this point front more and more and more while their numbers are dwindling.
Oh, they have to block it though. They're basically just running all the way forward because they know they can't let any more cap go their way. But guess what? That's basically handing over the rope that hangs them or whatever it is. Yeah, not looking too hot at all. 2 rounds already for amm0m0d crew, and while there's a lot of back and forth, they do still definitely feel like they're more confident.
Yeah, map point now. amm0m0d crew has map 3 in their grasps at this rate. It is right in front of them. All they need to do is just one more of these. This one looked really, really good. They basically just picked off where they left off on the first one and just kept this energy going the entire time. Any more, they can claim this as a victory already. Wonder what needs a quick pipe. It's a good start for them. Still have volley in the backlines as well to deal with on the Polish side. Low trying to do the same here on the other end, but there's no pack for him, so just sits there weak, waiting for help desperately.
Yeah, it is taking much longer bid. Ooh, nice frags from low. That's huge, getting those heals there. And now this needs to be picked just running all the way away. Needs to get to the players. Need to keep this beam connected. Get more and more of this advantage. Low dying at the background basically doesn't matter. That's fine. He very much did everything you could ever ask for a soldier in that fight. That's absolutely fine. Letting cap go the Russian way to begin with is also just not an issue at all. Once they have this cap, all these spawns are going to take so long. If they can try and free take this on side of Global YETI, that would be fantastic. Players are getting traded. Uber does get forced. They lose Wonder as well, though. It's not good, man. It's not good.
Well, it's not good. It's all they're gonna get maybe at this rate. Never mind. Katka just right on top of them. Falls on the medic's head. Gets the kill right away. Suddenly this is looking a lot better. Kiro is still in. Gets a nice one there. And the scout on the other side gives his wagon at the perfect time. Everyone in on the Solly. No one's looking at the scout anymore. That's exactly what you need to see on a sack wave like this. They're delaying the cap, smartly so, but it's just stemming the bleeding because it's already down. It makes the Ubers at least not a disadvantage for them. I guess that's the silver lining in all this, but is that gonna be bringing this one home? I don't know. They're already behind a little bit, but this is still very early into round number 3.
Oh, that is just a massive sack from Alone in Hell, who gets a grand total of 0 damage towards a medic. Now, the disjointed sack continues as one soldier goes in, dies. The next soldier's like, I'm considering it as well. Okay, yep, not looking too hot there for the Russians. They want to still keep trying to fight it, which is really, really brave, but I guess they are doing some pretty good damage. I feel like there's a serious lack of focus fire here on Global YETI. Like, I don't know, these players seem to be able to like walk towards point. Maybe it is just like a DM thing. It does just seem so odd. I feel like they should be crushing some of these fights, but in that whole situation, they managed to like lose points even when the Russians fed 2 to begin with.
Alright. Uber, pick on Uber, anyone's game on this next fight. However, not for these two gentlemen here. Volio will fall to his death after going for the demo, and it's still a decent pick by all rights, but is it going to stop Poland right now? I mean, certainly looks like they're still trying to fight. Bomb comes in quick, wants the force, gets it first try. Wonder finds exactly what they were looking for. Have to still use anyway. Bit of an awkward one there, but it's better Uber nonetheless. Skirmish just takes the full front of that one, and amm0m0d is just trying to run for it for the longest time, but doesn't actually go out of this fight fully. They don't want to just have them have this. They want this timer to keep ticking down on their end as much as they can with this one cap they got now.
Yeah, you see low on the back lines, he is just kind of dancing. He's living his own life, you know, doing his thing. Does get taken down, and unfortunately that combines with just when Global YETI manages to cap the point. So he also gets a 16-second respawn. So it's going to be 65 for quite a period. We do see Russians just kind of healing up, starting now to move towards point. They want to take a good little bit of position here, and they manage to take basically all the position, and they get the frags as well. This should be such an easy cap for them.
Alright, well, crew 120 away from winning, and a huge step closer with that one, chasing down the entire combo, getting this mad kill. Doesn't matter so much if Kidu gets a kill right now, which he won't even manage to do. They got what they wanted, they got the cap, they got the ad. Like you said earlier, this is exactly where you like to feel at home on this map. Just have every possible advantage in your favor. Spawns a little later for them, sure, but they get Wonder as a late pick as well. It can't get much better for them. The only thing that can make this any better is if this timer just clicks down to 0 on the right-hand side of overlay, and then suddenly it's going to game 3.
Yeah, looking like it. We do see Saving Grace pipes come out from Kiddo, taking down SMD. That's going to be a good start to things. Alone in Hell finds himself caught towards the left-hand side. Gel actually getting a really, really important use right there. Soldier has managed somehow to slip through and take down Pick again, and okay, yeah, the second Global Yeti finds any success, immediately someone just comes in and is like, right, you've now got no heals, or you suddenly lost like 3 players, or whatever. Basically, it just doesn't work out for them. This is 15 seconds left on the clock. There is, once again, like the third one of the game, this is the GG push, all in, all the time, only go. I wonder if he's jumping towards top left-hand side. Nice rocket. Does he get more nice rockets? He does, but the scout class is Demon, has just been beamed, and now, yeah, the Russians, they don't have to, well, rush this, basically. They can sit there, they can heal, they can do whatever they need to, they can let Global Yeti get the cap if they want, or they can feed 3. Definitely let them get the cap, that works.
I mean, you can let them cap and also, you know, die. That's fine. As long as it's not gel dying, it doesn't really matter. It's the sad part for Global Yeti, right? They feel vindicated hunting down 3 people, and it just does not matter. The Russians have the Evo up and coming any moment now. That's really all they care about. This thing just has to get them a singular cap in any way, shape, or form. They can all die getting it as well. Does not matter much. It is on Global Yetis to defend this thing for another more than a minute even.
Ooh, that's a crispy rocket from Wonder. Manages to take down 2. Uber's getting traded towards point. It's pretty equal right now. Slightly better for Gel, but a little bit more disjointed there as well. Russian moving towards point. SMD hitting some mighty, meaty shots right now. Already takes down 2, and this is going to be forcing everyone on the point now. Kafka has to do everything. He's all by himself, basically. Low tries to follow up. It's not happening, is it? It's not happening. Nope. Russians with the repush. Perfectly happy. Taking the map away 3-0. I think Alone in Hell did some big numbers there. I'm gonna
yeah,
crazy,
he really did.
Crazy.
I mean, if there was any doubting about if Alone in Hell is going to be a suitable demo man for the game, I'm sure that's all clear now, right? It already did decent on the last map, but suddenly did huge on map 2. Pulled up for the team when they needed him, despite leaving because he was fed up with them, and somehow it's working all out in the end.
Pretty, yeah, pretty solid stuff. As per usual, snuck a peek on the old logs. I mean, in fairness, both them was within a solid 400 DPM because it was just that kind of game. I feel like the old, what's that, SMD 3313, big numbers on scouts. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like definitely that there was like huge fragging from the Russians, but also they, like that kind of moment-to-moment decision making, and they just had more fights go their way. Not necessarily in terms of like frags, but it was just kind of just better map play, better playing Koth,
Yeah, I mean, people always just haha DuMmTm, but I mean, there's still intricacies that go into it, and people that just don't want to bother practicing that will be exposed against people that will very quickly. And sure, DM helps out quite a bit, but it's not like it doesn't matter in any other game or either. It certainly is a lot less of having to break a hold or something like that matters a lot of the time, but still, you gotta know what you're doing going into the fight if you want to come out better, and the Russians certainly did a great job of that and making it shown while everyone else banned this map against them.
I mean, there's a reason, right? There's a reason why, I know at least one other team decided in playoffs to insta-ban clear cut against them, because it turns out they're really good at it. But also, that's in the past. Don't care about clear cut. That's a weird map. You know what isn't a weird map? Snakewater. It's a decider. It's a map 3. Now, have the Polish team, do they have to go to any third maps on their playoffs so far?
No, actually, they beat Spain in 2, and they beat TLR in 2 as well. The Spain game was getting close to TLR game, not quite as much. However, what was close was the first official these 2 teams had at the middle of the season on Snakewater, being the Golden Cap map that amm0m0m0d just barely won the last time they played. So this has been a long time coming for Global Yeti to maybe bring this back on Snakewater, redeem themselves from whatever it was, week 4 or something like that, and turn this all back around with just one more win. They got so close before. All they need to do is one more map win. Same for amm0m0m0d here as well. They probably didn't even like the fact they dropped a single point there, let alone 6 more against the Spanish team later. But here we are. They got a chance to just make this a clean sweep now and forget about anything that happened map 1.
See, this is the part of the season that I always really like, because this is a map 3 of a grand finals, meaning that the last 2 months before now literally didn't matter. None of that is relevant. None of it's important. The only thing that matters is just whether you now win or lose this 130-minute game.
Yeah,
Because
let's
who
see what
cares about
chat thinks
second
as
place?
well. The bets are open for you guys for the moment. Be quick on that one. I know everyone here has a crippling gambling addiction in the
If you
TF2 community.
don't all in, what's wrong with you?
True.
Who gambles responsibly?
Exactly, especially if no real money is involved, right? I miss the days when everyone could lose their entire backpacks worth of items. Why can't we bring that back? It's not like Valve would realize we're doing it. They're not paying attention.
It's true.
They won't ever find out. Just someone do it.
Just like call it something really boring, like
not betting.tf. They'll never know.
Call it just like analytics repository.tf, right? Because it's numbers. That's a fact.
Technically true, yes. Backpack.tf2. And then you just pretend like you're just storing items, bro. I'm not doing anything. Don't worry about it, Gabe. All fine here.
Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Don't even look at it. Forget that the game exists. Don't acknowledge its existence. Beautiful.
Right, yes, and we just always talk about, hey, if you want to, get involved, go to the website. Just very ambiguously talking about it.
Try sending emails about the website, and they can ignore it.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they ignore my email again. You never know.
Maybe.
Not like they read it last time. God, I hope. I mean, they did read it. I did get a confirmation about that, but I don't know if they, actually read the contents of it. Who knows? Can
the last Russian player join the server so that we can, I don't know, stop talking before we never get a major?
Maybe unlike you, the Poles just force them to start 5v6. Maybe they have the balls to do it.
I mean, like I say, the balls. I spent the entirety of that, 15-hour waiting thing just being like, can we just default? I don't care which way. I offered tossing a coin. I think
Why
I've
does
offered
everyone do that
this
season? That's like the fourth time I've heard that this season.
Most of the officials this season, I was like, we can just toss a coin. Because, for me, it's a win-win. Either we win or I don't have to play.
Oh, it's really funny.
Exactly.
Actually, it's really funny either way, to be honest. So actually, it's just a win-win and win. Unless you lose, in which case it's mostly a loss, but also mightly funny.
Again, you can just, do something else.
It's definitely content,
make a nice
so do that when I'm streaming your next game, I guess, please. Then I get that, plus another game on my stream. That sounds like really good content.
Oh, Wander's left the server.
Yeah, he's, well, he doesn't really want to play, how this is.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll get back. I mean, how hard can it be, Copium, right?
I have absolute faith. The Russians readied up for about 2 seconds before immediately unreadying, because it's like, look, boys, we need to talk about this. This is Snake Water. This is, classic map we've all played 100,000 times. You need to do some last minute adjustments. No.
I mean, hey, I could yell at an SDV. They can't stop me.
This is my entire theory towards TF2. I think that thinking in TF2 can be good. I also think that there's often just too much thinking.
That's exactly why
just play the game. Just play the game.
If you ever wondered what made you go from Div 2 to mid, it's exactly this mindset.
Just play the game. The more you think, the more you're in your own head. Okay, we're going live. Final map of the only important game. The mid grand finals. This is amm0m0d crew versus Global YETI. We saw Global YETI take what we believe is the Global YETI map. We watched amm0m0d crew win their own map in dominating fashion. They kind of owned. Now we're on Snakewater for the decider. 30 minutes, which decides who is king of the middies. First mid, Carter gets annihilated. Goodbye. That's brutal. Wonder as well, getting good frags. Alone in hell. Those go down, but now, not looking good for Poland at all. Frag after frag after frag. Everything's looking good. Kidu is going the wrong way. The rest of his team is going to be just about managing to jump out, but no. SMD's me denying that escape. Getting that frag. Only good point for the Poles is Pick managing to survive, going all the way to spawn, but it'll be very, very hard to have any chance at all of fighting second here. Surely surely they'll be towards last, but they want to get aggressive towards lobby. They're getting good damage as well. This is not a particularly good hold for the Russians. Just only now they're getting the soldier. The other soldier's incredibly weak. Yeah, through Bauk. Pix already moving towards point. This is really scary. Oh my god, the bombs are huge! Ooh.
Alright, that's certainly a way to bring this one back here in good position to just get mid pretty quickly here. Quick bomb fade, alone hell, takes himself out, but Gel takes the wrong way out. Barely gets past Scrimmers. Actually, Wonder goes down for the cause there as well, and you don't even get anyone else in the crossfire.
That's crazy. Now the Russians are re-pushing. We have player advantage. We're trying to walk in, and then Joe dies to stickies. Oh, that's such a disastrous drop. This is nightmare scenario. They're gonna be seeing this in their dreams. Okay, they've eventually smacked SMD down with a stick of all things, so that's good. Good stuff. Okay, right. Poland happy. Getting second point. They should be building hard because they did have themselves a little bit of advantage.
Scout behind
Wasn't
them.
perfect.
So far back.
She just walks in.
I mean, what else is he gonna do? Not walk in?
Well, have anyone else keeping an eye on things, but you know what? It doesn't matter now. Do you see Global Yeti just being like, fine, we're doing the same. Everyone's jumping deep, one rocket towards Gel. Players already going towards point. So close to capping. So close to capping. Scrimmage is directly behind him and he's just standing on it. Bro.
SMP goes chasing off the Devil Man and didn't realize there's one guy left.
But why though?
If there ever was a reason to have the match HUD on top of the screen that tells you who's alive and who isn't, this is one of them.
Also peripheral vision.
That's true, but
great.
I can't assume that he's had game sense.
Oh, okay. Right, that was one round. That was one round we just witnessed. There's going to be a whole bunch more of them. Okay, right, second mid of just the pure chaos kind of game. Already people living slightly longer. Give us Wagon though. He's going, you know what? I don't want to live anymore. I'm done with this one. Alone Hell just getting crushed into the corner. Scrimmers already getting himself 2 more frags. This is looking pretty good. Third one as well, but Soldier does manage to get towards Pick. So, heal advantage, Uber advantage, looking good for Gel. He's all the way gone though. All the way out of this fight. No thank you, sir. Not taking that today. They're happy to actually play with an Uber advantage. Once again, they could maybe get in a situation. They're getting spawners in 2. They should be able to look towards second while they have the heal advantage. But they need to get the spawners. They need to go fast. And importantly, they can't deny the caps. So they do need to be aware of backups.
Yeah, let's see how that one goes for them here. Volume for quick bump in. SMD does go low, so they're looking to be covering everything they can. Don't walk into the trap. They should know that. And Kadu actually try to overextend for this one as well. Too late out of there. It's a trade, and SMD actually gets caught in the meantime as well. I don't even know where that happened, but it just invites the soldiers in. Gets some Q damage, trying to force, and No might have a chance to live. No gets stuck on the Uber. Can't get back out. 3 down for that. 2 kills and a force. Not a shabby result at all. He has some deep quick spawn. Maybe Russia can take a bit of a fight here, but they should know very well spawns are soon to come as well, so they want to get in on this, they need to be fast.
Yeah, no time to waste here at all. Soldier taking really damage, not going to be great at all. Alone in Hell gets huge damage towards Karka, does just about get cleaned up, but now he's fought all the way towards left hand side. Yep, gonna get taken out as well, but still managing to trade it out for Wonder, so kind of crazy how it's just trade after trade after trade. But you see Pick just about getting his own Uber now. So at any point, they can basically walk forward, and the Russians are aware of this. They're like, okay, we are actually, for the first time in our lives, going to hold the ST for just a second, get our own Uber, then once we have it, hey, maybe we just try and wander in anyway.
I really love that interaction on mid. Karka just blatantly overextends, realizes he's doomed, just runs in on a Devilman, and you know what, they all push off it. Devilman's weak, that's an easy kill, keep going, Kadu keeps still going, but no one's with him at all. Someone didn't get the memo.
Oh, that, either he didn't call or he got baited.
This is the kind of moment where you like call for a pause just so that you can pretend Mumble died, so it's less embarrassing.
You reckon? You reckon? Well, yeah, this is looking pretty good for your boys amm0m0d crew anyway. They're just getting all the projectile classes, all of the splash damage, basically in their hands. Kadu is going to be getting the forwards, but that's, I mean, it's good for them. They still have no soldiers. They still have no long distance spam to be holding this with. Ubers are still equal. Good jump forward here from the soldiers. Going to be forcing them all the way back off Falk. And this is going to be Global Yeti sitting on last.
Well, at least they're sitting here with an Uber. This could be a whole lot worse if somehow the circumstances were a little bit different. Don't have much time to set up a gun, so the Heavy has to come out, bring the damage against anyone flying in. No one does just yet, but I'm sure that's not too much time knowing amm0m0d crew on these last points. They're just thinking about how they're going to do this right now, how they're going to just throw people in. I don't assume it's going to be a quick exchange. Yeah, SMD is just the one taking initiative here early, but it's going about as well for one scout as you expected to. More than not, with the scout goes in. You expect a soldier flying in the sky as well somewhere, but as it stands, what are the odds? We'll see a sniper instead.
I think 200% chance of a sniper.
Wow, that's crazy. He's on spy. Oh, he's probably just tracking, right?
Oh,
You gotta make sure.
Now he's on sniper. Incredible. Incredible game sense. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's pretty telegraphed as well, right? Like, if you send a single scout in, you're literally just saying, I'm going to solo off class. Please be aware of this. As a result, you can see Pick going to be forward on the forward spot to not get body shot by the sniper peeking right. It is completely open if the peeker peeks in left, like towards a shutter, and just basically hard scopes it. But we'll see if that happens, basically, because they're not really doing anything to make that not happen.
Alright, we'll see. SMD, what? First shot hits for 150. That's just enough. SMD gets a weak guy and a fully health guy as well. Wonder just goes down. Body shot in return. 2 for 1. Not the greatest exchange, but they also find a really early force. They just pop through on side on the DuMmTm. And you know what? That flash is not even where it needs to be.
Yeah, Alone in Hell is on right spawn. Spawn camping no one.
Oh, well, maybe a backup. I mean, might as well.
Still on last.
Oh no! Oh no! What the?
He's still on last. He's now fighting the soldier. He hit the one pipe. Surely, okay. Did he hit the second pipe? He's dragging the entire team back. That's actually so crushing. Now it's just Scrimmers and his heels. They have no one for 7 seconds. That's the round. That's the round.
Well, Alone on last does it again. Somehow this just works.
Oh! Oh! You don't see that in Prem, do you?
I wish I did. Actually, we shouldn't speak too soon. You never know what kind of strats Eames brings out tomorrow or on first day.
I don't understand how they lost track of the demo man. I don't know. But like at some point you're like, hey, I'm not seeing him. He's got to be somewhere.
How did he even get there in the first place without
he just
anyone
sticky
realizing?
jumped. He didn't care. He just sticky jumped to spawn. Like, don't worry. Oh my god. Okay, 1-1. Equal in all regards. Third mid. Just living our life once again. A lot of high ground being taken by the Russians. Looking pretty happy here right now. Gibbous Wagon just being a thorn on the side of A. These soldiers who want to jump. Nice direct as well from these soldiers. You see, yep, soldier directly behind Pix. Actually be hitting literally 0 damage. As he does try and escape. This is no frags whatsoever just yet. Okay, eventually you see a scout take down. Just another one as well. Lowers all the way in the back line. It's getting huge damage. This is just scrappy. I don't even really know what's going on. But I guess it counts as a win.
Yeah, the Russians were really just like always on the back for just a tiny bit maybe, but really good spam. Like Global YETI just put them in a bit of an awkward spot. Everyone was kind of weak. No one really liked to take the fight at all. And with one player behind as well, they kind of just had to make a decision about how much longer they wanted to stay weak in the fight that they know they would get flanked on. And I mean, they got out just enough in time to get the meta out alive just fine, but it's going back to last either way.
Yeah, I've got some questions about why Alone in Hell was just standing around a corner in Saw, basically asking to die. But I think they're just going for like the chaos play, you know? They love the chaos. Speaking of which, Sniper's gonna be walking all the way towards main. He's got his beam. He's happy. He's just gonna be going for the hero peaked one. He hits a headshot. Soldiers have a lot more than 150 in the buff though, so doesn't really do anything.
You know who doesn't? The medic. So you just go in for the guy and hope for the best. Doesn't work out this time. Kadu reacts faster than SMD can both aim and click mouse 1. And move 2 down. Somehow Alone on Hell also getting caught in this. Suddenly this is just going to last. Push on the heavy. Both teams pop fairly late, but they lose cr3w in the meantime. And suddenly this is just 3 people. Volume has to just dodge forever. Gets the last second flash. It's also enough time to get spawns up. And that might just really matter tremendously. Last bomb comes through onto the combo, but it doesn't get to the medic. And it's just all on Kadu, and I don't think it's happening. However, somehow the medic dies. Wait a second, Gel walks up to point, trying to be the one that blocks against this, because no one else did, and just dies for it.
Okay, so that's questionable. One of the things also questionable is the fact that the Global YETI, like, they had a much better Uber in terms of position, but then their heals ended up on, like, the lowest ground you can physically be on low ground. I feel like if they just walked right at any point, they could have just waddled in. I don't know, it's in the past. These teams aren't thinking about that anymore. They're thinking about the fight on second. S&D on the sniper, living his life, seeing if he can smack some more headshots off. If I can kind of feeding towards She's going to be aggressive. Kadu as well, getting that soldier, getting a lot of damage as well. Joe's actually really, really weak. They have this uber advantage as well. They're already at 90%. This push is absolutely going to come in before these spawners are up. They should be looking to just keep going all the way. We just have the sniper towards the right-hand shot. It doesn't matter because Uber's getting used immediately. Soldier in the skybox. Going to try and sink. Guess what? Not going to be happening at all. Soldier's moving all the way towards point. 70% now on Gel. Not going to be happening, buddy. Not going to be happening in the slightest. Global Yeti in the driver's seat. Again, for how long? Who knows?
Yeah, amm0m0m0d just a little bit reckless out of last, and that's just all it takes sometimes on this map. One mistake and suddenly you just give them such a huge opportunity, not just because you're going down number, but also because you just don't have a well set up hold, no good position anywhere, and they can just run forward, and they made a good job of this one. Global Yeti gets this round done with pretty quickly. Back to mid, not as fast one at all last time here, but if it's a success again, then amm0m0m0d will be in a bad spot, so this one has to go a lot better. They're trying to approach, Gibbsberg behind, Volio trying to get through the flank. Mixed results on all that. Gibbsberg is still kind of there, but they lose the soldier in the meantime. Here gets a second one coming in. Kira deep on the medic. Doesn't hit much of it though.
Nope, not really. And now, yep, this is just Global Yeti just walking all the way forward. They're happy. There's Gibbswagon on the back lines. He's not really going to do anything. Actually leaving both scouts capping on the polar side. So they're like, you know what? We're taking literally zero risks here. We don't even need. Who needs scout speed in their medic? No one needs it, you know? Doesn't matter. We do have Global Yeti. They're happy. They've got second point. It is equal Ubers. We do have SMD sniping once again. Soldier is jumping all the way towards point. Actually, he's going to get the drop towards Kick, who just has no idea what's going on. Body shot towards Kid, who's going to be like, cool, we'll rack him up as well. Karkid just tries to walk in solo with all the optimism a young gamer could possibly ask for and just dies instantly. Okay, this is just Russians winning fights.
Yeah, and I mean, they have to take some more to get back into the swing of things on this map, but they're in a good position to get there anyway. Good advantage on Gel. Should really just get them towards last at the very least, maybe the second is good enough for them right now. And all the hell in the skybox, and Volley also going down beforehand. Not a good look though, they don't want to pop for this, and they're not getting rewarded. Pick barely living his flashes right behind the guy with no one else to follow through. They didn't want to use, I mean, they didn't have to in the end, but that's very debatable considering that they're not much in a better spot for it.
I mean, you know, sometimes you're just like, right, I'm not going to use the Uber. What if everyone dies and then I leave? Goodbye. I didn't have to use. What are you guys feeding for? I love it.
That's very good mid division for you, and for now, they get to play that for at least another few minutes, 15 minutes, 16 minutes left, halfway through the map. Poland still with the lead, in a good position too. SMD and Sniper. Guy has done a good job. I believe he also was sniping last season in Highlander as well, so you'd expect at least a decent performance out of the guy, but as much as these snipes have been landing, they need to be a little bit more impactful. People are weak, people are put into fear, but people are not put into respawn nearly as much as they have to on the demo and on the medic maybe, than you would like to see.
Yeah, really see Pick playing like such a safe position. Oh, other than occasionally jumping behind the logs. That's probably the one way where it could be a risk, but I can do something towards low for the second anyway. You have to be a lot of just rotating, peeking, prodding. Doesn't look like they're particularly enthusiastic about doing anything crazy on the photo side right now. They're just wanting to keep themselves alive. Oh, the aggressive soldier does manage to pick up SMD, so now no sniper to worry about. Stickies have been called towards lobbies. Shouldn't be anything too much to worry about. You know, the hills are towards this right-hand side, so they're trying to bust on the left, at least from the defending side. They do have to use their Uber. And all the way, Kaka has gone down to these stickies. There should be a much better Uber here on the side of Gel. Squimmus is trying to play the point a little bit just to be a distraction more than anything, but isn't going to live long enough to do anything more out of that, so no scouts
well, it covers the
whatsoever.
exit. It does cover the exit view, well, Squimmus just helps him survive, but it's still too down for that. In the meantime, Kura has built a full conch. How much it matters, we'll see. It can be impactful. Pulls it out very early, but as you might already know, you can have that thing pressed down with mouse 1, but it only gets active once you release the button, and I'm sure they will do exactly that into mid. You just go deep on people quick that might not expect it. We'll see how it goes. Push with the conch coming in from kitchen, it seems, trying to just chase whatever they can. You have a bit more bonus there, but you have to actually hit your shots, unlike the battalions, which just makes you live longer. For now, mixed results. Poland kind of just doesn't leave much at all there initially, so 2 people stuck in the fight will just go down. That's honestly good enough.
So, I'm actually not really going to put any of that down to the banner, because he was actually not within range of the rest of his team for like 80% of that. He was just kind of doing his own thing. But you know what? it works because they get the enthusiasm. Speaking of enthusiasm, Uber's been used as Grimace walks all the way forward. Does manage to force things off before kind of getting nuked down himself. Once again, looking a little bit scrappy, playing towards this right-hand side of last. Pick's just like, you know what? Actually, I'm going to get to spawn a second. You don't have second cap. I do not need to feed yet. I need to get some spawners ASAP.
Yeah, probably the only responsible play to make at this point here. Just punish amm0m0d a bit for their over-eagerness into last. They can't get rewarded for trying to peek in there just yet. You could try to go for kills, but it's not going to make the second cap any faster. So they're also trying to be the smart ones now very late, I guess. Build the rest of this Uber, but it's not much at all. So Pig certainly sitting pretty still on last for the time being. There's time to set up a guard, rather just having Cardcap try to snipe anyone that is currently not peeking. So I don't know how good a decision this is, but they have to come into the sniper sideline eventually, and last time they did a decent bit of work.
Yeah, you know, you could just hit your shots. It can be pretty useful. Oh, okay, there we go. Sticky's going to pick up a soldier. That makes things a little bit easier now. They want to get slightly more aggressive with Kartka. They're kind of gradually moving to a different position. 13 minutes left in the game. They're one round up. There's no real incentive to go too slow, but there's no incentive to rush things either. It's kind of that weird game state where you want to get any advantage you can, but you're also not looking to go completely out of the way. They are holding in really peculiar positions. Like, they didn't really have left or right or close lower, so...
Okay, but eepily, you finished behind them, and so they do know better than you. So you can't criticize them.
In every moment-to-moment situation, right? That's how it works. That's literally science.
It's fucking, they write an essay at school, and they finished above you, so you can't hit them. That's just how it is.
Alright, Uber's going to get used alone in Hells once again. Like, you know what? I'm going to jump to spawn, see if I can spawn cap anyone. He isn't, and they're all dying. They're all dying.
I mean, it's not like they were invincible when they were going in, right? So there's nothing that could have been done about that.
No.
I like how they check for the guy hiding and Pig just walks into it anyway. Gets out with the surf, right on the pack, never punished. That's why they're on the top of it right now. That's why they're in Grand Finals. Because he makes mistakes and it doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true. Alright, so we've got ourselves a little bit of advantage now on the side of Global YETI. We do have SMD sniping once again. Really feeling himself in the old sniper right now. Which is, I mean, he's a very, very competent scout as well. Scout can be pretty good, but he's clearly thinking that sniper is the way to do things. It is only about 30% advantage. Looks like they just want to go on a dot push here. Yeah, you can see them getting aggressive towards Saw right now. 95%. Really want to be going immediately. Possibly just a big jump or just running all the way forward. His Grimace is walking all the way. He's getting a sniper. Possibly some good damage towards the load and help, but not enough to actually get anyone else. And now it is actually slightly over aggressive, but actually low kind of bails him out, gets that frag, trades it out once again. Taka getting some good damage. Actually an arrow, keeping the soldier alive. Uber is going to get used now on the side of the Russians. They should be able to kind of nuke towards point one. They're already going down. Kadu is living on a single-digit HP. I hate Demo v Demo. He's doing it!
The bottle kill. It's the smart play to make. You don't want to pipe yourself to death, so... Either you go down swinging, trying to hit it, or the other guy just gets away and hits like any projectile out of range for him to also die from itself. You gotta try and watch the fall on hell just now. And even if they got out alive, I mean, what does it really matter, right? Sure, it's worse now, but it wouldn't be much better with the DuMmTm still alive somehow, so push goes into last, and they're just running on cap. No one really dares to contest this much, because it's just a losing fight either way. On point or not, they will just go down. And amm0m0d ties this back up with only 10 minutes left to spare.
I'm gonna correct what I said earlier. It is no longer the last 2 months don't matter. It's only about 30 minutes. No. The last 2 months and 20 minutes don't matter. It's all about these next 10 minutes. No, the history books do not care if you got second place in season 40. Literally not bothered. It's first place or nothing. You have 10 minutes to prove it. We're on 5th minute of the game. We have soldiers getting very aggressive. We have everyone on the side of Global YETI just on the high ground. Perfectly happy to keep that position as well. You see Soldier jumping deep, gets a little bit of damage, not too much. The Soldier follow up. Oh, but Pig's got the movement. The surf. Beautiful right now. Keeping himself alive. And this is fantastic right now. Oh my days! Low just dropped a nuke on those players.
If he keeps going like this, he can rename himself to Div 2 very soon, because they're on the way there with another good draw going like this. And this game will just turn into a lead for them yet again. I mean, this advantage just needs to get them around, right? There's no excuse to leave this one. We've seen amm0m0d somehow fall apart on us before, but Global YETI, with this few chances that they had, look pretty good so far.
Yeah, looking good now. No stickies towards point. Scout moving all the way to scrimmage. Actually does die almost immediately to these players, but they're getting the rest of them down. Soldiers going down. Yep, everyone's now towards point. 3, 2. That is an incredible round there. Global YETI. That was just perfect from them. Perfect.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. The good mid-fights for them are looking really good, and that's scary because, I mean, you can't afford to lose any more rounds. So it took them long enough to get back from the 2-1 deficit on amm0m0d. They just need to be the ones coming out swinging this time around. They had a few struggles with that, but they had one good mid-fight in there somewhere. They just need to channel that energy again, and it's all good in the end. Let's see how this one goes for them. Certainly do try to commit nice and early. Bombs come through. Pig just out of there one right away, and they're just absorbing this damage like it's no one's business.
Oh, this is... That's
bullying.
Oh, mate, that is brain. That is just like the omega. Like, right. The second people get into that mindset of like, we're losing mids, oh, let's just double bomb immediately and just rush into them. No, you've lost the game. Because all you're thinking is like, we just need to fight faster. We're not just being dumber, we just need to fight faster. No, absolutely not working at all. They played you like a fiddle, mate. Global YETI, if they get this next round, they're going to be in such a incredible position. They'll have just such a chokehold on the Russians.
Let's see, it still need to wrap up the round, but like I said just a minute ago, these last pushes have been going pretty well. And it's hard to imagine this being any different. It's really an amm0m0d to find the opening to make a mistake happen out of them here. Maybe see that they just miss shots at all. Give us back another high ground. Certainly will go down pretty quick. Cap time not yet forced, but amm0m0d has to contest this point anyway. They're just standing around and waiting for them to do it here. The bombs in the meantime going deep on the combo. Match is stuck in the corner. SMD has no choice. Has to abandon the match to go fight point, and that's not going to go much better for him either. And that's the 4-2 lead for Global YETI.
They're going to be happy. They're going to be very, very happy right now. They're going to be comfortable. They need to make sure they don't get overconfident. But they are in a very, very strong position. We need...
Uh-oh. Do you see what I see?
What do you see? What do you... Tell me.
My eye spies
That's a crit
a thing
of course
starting
they're
with
going
crit
Krieg. This is vintage Russia. Someone bring White Glow back.
You don't need to play better, you just need to play more. And this is more damage, that's all you need.
That's true. That's your advantage. More damage. Guess what? They don't have more players. Volio goes down basically into the Alone in Hell as well. Yep, Pipe's going to be just mashing him into the dirt. No friends are staying alive. They're getting nuked, and Gel with a killbind as well. They didn't, what did they get, like 50% there? 60 maybe?
That was so fast too. That's just no mercy out of Global YETI. They got them on the ropes, and they're gonna push them off it as well while they're at it. Absolutely no chance given us mid-fight. And again, if you get another one, I don't want to call it over, but like it's so difficult to come back from it.
It is. Uber's been used. Scrimmage this time does just about get saved, which is so important. All these players are towards the point. This is disgusting.
This is just bullying at this point. Really nice flashing by Pick as well. I mean, we got to give them credit for what they're actually doing well here, but damn. This is just a rough one off amm0m0d. Do they have any energy left at this point? They are 3 rounds down. They need the maddest comeback. This needs to be, honestly, a real TCM moment at this point. Because do you really want to have this even go in the golden cap? I don't think so.
We're still on crits right now on the side of Gel. He's still feeling this can be an option. In fairness, I don't even know if the Poles realize they were on crits because they just died immediately. So, you know, fair enough. Soldier's still going aggressive. Gonna get cleaned up alongside. Oh my god, they're all just getting crushed once again. Like, just the consistency in which Global YETI's like, we're killing 4 of your players within like the first 25 seconds of mid. You're not getting to play the game anymore. Wonder goes in deep, yeah, kills himself. But guess what? Joe goes down, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know how, I guess, manages to get the pipe, but it's not even about getting rounds for Global YETI anymore. It's just about not making catastrophic mistakes. Like, you'd have to make maybe 7 catastrophic mistakes in a row, and even then it would be like golden cap.
They don't need to win anymore. They just want to be just driving it home right now. This is just about sending a message at this point for the Poles. They saw what happened last map. You guys can win a convincing map. You know what? So can we. we can win too, in fact, as well here, and that's, I mean, they're on the verge of getting this gold medal.
Oh, I've seen Russian standing still.
Where have I seen that before?
Oh, interesting. Okay, players are leaving the server. Our mod crew have decided, you know what? This game's not for us. Goodbye. So that's one player gone. I feel like this may be it for a wonderful mid-grand finals. This may be Global Yeti taking away the absolute nuclear W.
And for anyone that isn't too familiar with these things, if you want some supplemental reading tonight, be sure to go to ETF2L.org and click on the thing that today says Global Yeti versus amm0m0d to get to the match page. You're welcome. You will have a lot of fun.
I'm sure there's going to be nothing on the match page. I'm sure nothing's going to be discussed. I'm sure everyone's going to be very happy to have just had a good game where everyone had a lovely time. They'll all wish each other Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas!
That doesn't even work. Russia has Christmas on like the 4th or 5th of January. That's
Shut
like
up, Dom. I don't
3 weeks away.
Right now.
That's like ages away.
That's it. Okay, good. What a peculiar end of things. Global Yeti! They're the Kings of Mid. Round of applause for Kings of Mid. They're brilliant. I technically made grand finals by casting it. Our mod crew, unfortunately, second place. But you know what? They were good too.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, Global Yeti coming out on top is, I mean, obviously gameplay, but a lot of it might also just be, I mean, just being a more stable team, right? amm0m0d had a lot of roster issues over the entire season. Like I said, they had like 4 different scouts over the course of the season, I believe. Been a bit weird to see that happen. And then the whole Alone in Hell fiasco. I mean, it's nice to see that he gets over that to play here in grand finals for them at all, but it was a rough one for them in that regard. And sometimes you don't need to be the better team in game. Sometimes you just need to be the better team in spirit too. And amm0m0d couldn't feel that one, and it might just matter tonight quite a bit. Not being able to just be able to perform quite the way they wanted to. And Global Yeti, 1 down doesn't matter. They got their boys in the back. Wonder steps up for the cause, got his boys ready, and made it happen. Had a really good game for his own right too. That's just all it takes.
Yeah, easy. Also, their scout went 31 for 7. Granted, I'm sure a couple of those frags were on players who were AFK in the last little bit, but not all of them, right? Not all of them, because Scrimus was genuinely nuts.
Look at these cute-ass idiots on the point as well, just making a screenshot with the whole team. You already know that's gonna be the...
Are they actually?
You already know that's gonna be the background...
Midpoint.
You already know that's gonna be the background for TF2 on Steam for the next, like, year.
That's so funny. Oh my god, they were like crouching there on point, and they were like putting stickies around themselves, taking a screenshot.
That would be a better profile picture than the one currently they have on ETF2L, which is just the global clan logo, really bad JPEG cropped out on top of the Poland flag. They didn't even like edit it to say Global Yeti. So maybe this one looks better now, you know?
Yeah, you know, there you go. I mean, just off that decision alone to make like a team photo at the end of your game, I'm glad they won. I'm glad they
That's
won.
what I mean, right? Like you gotta actually like get along with the people you're playing with. Everything has to go well. You can't be a dysfunctional roster, and there's been a lot of those this season, to be honest. Especially in mid, a lot of teams just didn't make it through that looked pretty good as well, just on mercy of just like people not being bothered to deal with other people anymore. And these guys clearly strong opposite of that. Sure, you're also going to be good at the game. That's very important too. But if you just cannot deal with it, or people just kind of just like lose the drive to play with anyone anymore, then I mean, it's not going to go anywhere despite being good, right? And it looks like it was all there for them on the Polish team.
Love it.
And that's just beautiful to see. And yeah, I mean, we're already having to deal with the Poles and Prem just kind of randomly like being insane every once in a while. And to see that there's even more coming slowly but surely, that's a threat for everyone in Div 2 right now.
Yeah, it is. It's scary, you know. They're gonna be like France, where they're just like all their players are somehow super sick.
If you just remove the blue from France flag and then just rotate it, it's basically Poland.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm going to rip off this bandage immediately. We're not doing interviews. Deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not possible. Can't be done. So
impossible.
As a result, it can't be done. We don't have the technology. The steam-powered machine that powers TFTV isn't. It's wrong today. So do you want to just round things up? Congrats to our winners. Do some shout outs, talk about some of the other grand finals we got going on next few days, because there's a few.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up. Tomorrow we have a lot of games. However, we only have one on TFTV. It's going to be the low grand finals. Ado against Meddiv. It's, I think, first against third seed going to playoffs. Teams that tied before, technically 4-2, but it's a tie. In the regular season. So a rematch for the marbles. Like you said, nothing else matters other than the game you actually play at the end. We'll see who wins that one at the end of it. That will be brought to you with Bida on the mic, actually, Amir and Weetooth. You can see enjoy the low game as well as I guess I just have to scramble myself to do openness in the meantime, and maybe the 2 if I have time for it. Definitely open orders. Kaxas against Shish Kebab in open. That's an interesting one too. That's and actually a team from Thailand in the open grand finals, so that's interesting to see how they will do with hyping and all that. So stay tuned for both of those. Same time, actually earlier time tomorrow. Also a reminder for me that the game tomorrow at 8 o'clock CET. That's an hour earlier than this one started the stream for tonight. And then, obviously, Thursday, the day before Christmas, if you're living in a good country, it's going to be the grand finals to bring you into Christmas mood with this game against Aura Electro on TFTV 1 for the Premiership Grand Finals, the big one. And then on TFTV 2, it's going to be the Div 1 Grand Finals at the same time, 21-15 for both of them, Clarted against Force Kings. So we have our last few Grand Finals to round out the season with. And that should be some exciting ones coming up. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.